Hi, it's Susan at Seaside Stitches and welcome to my channel. Thank you ever so much anyone who has viewed any of my videos, liked, commented or shared and subscribed. I really appreciate you. I just think it's awesome. Thank you ever so much for doing that. And today I'm just on to just do a quick kind of what my plans are for Me Made May. We're just past the first week of Me Made May and I've been working on what I'm doing, and kind of about the 4th of May, I realised I let upon Sarah, lovely Sarah from My Handmade Wardrobe, and she has been doing, inviting us to do the hashtag Sew Your Style, which is what I've definitely been doing. And it starts with kind of an assessment of what's in your wardrobe, me made or not me made. You can make a choice. Are you just going through your me mades? Are you just going through everything? Are you going through just tops or just skirts or whatever? And the power is in your hands, really. So that's kind of what I've been doing. So I'll come back in a minute after I've checked that the video is recording, and I'll tell you a little bit about my plans for this month. Okay, so the idea is that you go through your wardrobe and you you don't have to make any decisions if you don't want to make any decisions. As I said, the power is all yours. But if you decide to try things on, assess whether things need mending or keeping, or you're not sure about whether to keep them, if you're making a decision to keep them, are they going to reflect your own personal style the way you want it to be reflected? So if you don't feel good in them, why are you keeping them? And that's the thing that I'm asking myself, and some of the others are asking themselves. And you don't need to share a picture on Instagram or talk about it on YouTube or go through your progress of the process if you want to. You don't have to do any of that, but I just thought I'll just come on and give a little bit of overview of how my start has happened, has progressed, really. So initially I went through my main wardrobe, just looking at things that I came across. And I have a video that talks about my I don't find it an embarrassing bodies issue, but I have a condition called lichen sclerosis. And in 2011, I began with this, and I got a diagnosis midway through 2012. And since then, I made a decision to stay comfortable rather than wriggle into some trousers or leggings or jeggings or shorts or anything that would cause me more discomfort, pain, intrusion really into the developing deformity that I was experiencing. Quite a slow experiencing, but quite a slow progression of this, but it does happen. Lichen sclerosis presents in different forms for different people, and I'll just leave it to you to look it up should you wish to look it up. But the one thing I will say is, for a lot of us, it causes a deformity of the female structures. Now, it can also attack men, it can also attack children, it's not specific to women or to women of the menopause age or anything like that. There are some clusters of statistics that go with this, that and the other, but it's an unknown really of why you get it, who gets it, all those kind of things. But I found that wearing trousers, anything with a centre seam, anything that was invasive in any way, caused me just excruciating pain and discomfort. So, and once you get that, you can trigger off something called vulvodynia, which can be an incessant itch or an incessant awareness of discomfort in that area, and it can be quite difficult to get rid of. And sometimes people have it for months at a time, and it's concerning to me that I may start a flare-up, and I don't want a flare-up, and so I stay clear of trousers, shorts, anything like that. So in my video that I mentioned it, I lost my identity because my general style was to wear trousers, tops or trousers and tunics or jeans and tight-fitting jeans, everything that I can't now wear. And so I started a journey on accruing many skirts. And so I found that I had, in excess of 33 skirts. And having this awareness now of wanting to be keeping true to my style, and I've also lost a considerable amount of weight, considerable for me and my frame, only because I've been on a recommended eating program to help my digestion. It's meant that I've lost several pounds, and that means I've gone down a size in several things and my shape is changing. So I'm having to review a lot of things about what I normally wear, what I like to wear, what I would prefer to wear, and why not do that by sorting through my wardrobe of what I've already got, me made or otherwise, and then looking at what the gaps are. Are they true gaps or are they just something I fancy? And what's wrong with that? But if the something I fancy isn't going to fit with my known style or preferred style, why would I bother making it? So it's just been really interesting figuring out my process over the past few days of how I feel about things. And I found it really interesting to look at my me-mades, and Sarah suggests that we do an audit. She's got several handouts for us if you want to do it, if you want to pick up now. It's not urgent that you do it this month, but because it's Me Made May and it's about really assessing what we're wearing and what we're making, then it's an ideal time really for a lot of us to do that. And I chose to do this rather than photograph myself every day in a Me Made, because unless I'm sewing or if I'm going anywhere, I will wear a Me Made always. That's my preference, because the things that I have made, I know that they represent who I feel I am. Otherwise, I wouldn't have made them, or I wouldn't still be wearing them. So I'm not going into a massive amount of detail here, but one of the things I did after scrutinising what I would do with the first 11 of my skirts, that now are quite a bit big on the waist, or they're hanging, or they're a bit too long, or a bit too this or too that, and not really me, and not worth making another outfit of with something else, if you know what I mean. Once I did that, I just felt a real sense of freedom and commitment to create my own skirts. And I think part of my reluctance, although I've had 3 in the kind of processing in the making and 1 in a make 9 potential for a couple of years, is that I haven't felt it's okay to make yet another skirt when I've got so many. So I've had that little conversation with myself, and now I've also bought a skirt, which is very unlike me, a ready-made skirt. I bought a skirt that feels like it represents me, and that has enabled me to reinforce, yes, that's the kind of skirt that I want. So I'm now in the process of making a new skirt, completing a skirt that I started ages ago, and one that I started during frugal, whatever it was, so frugal. Now, I'm going to kind of finish there, because I'm not going to go into all the things I've made, or have I made anything really. I'm not going into that now. I'm just kind of giving you a little update on where I'm up to at this point. And we're having a kind of freak summer day here, which is really quite peculiar, I have to tell you. And while it was quite cool up here, and I have got a Me Made on in French terry and with long sleeves, and I have now got my ring light on, which is causing some heat coming towards me. I've managed to take off my vest top today. It's been a vest top free day today. So anyway, so I'm going to kind of leave it there, except to do just a little ramble about how April was for me and for us really. I just had a lovely April. We were able to go to family at the beginning of April. They live near Dunstable Downs. It's a beautiful place where they live, and it was lovely to see them and just spend some time with the boys. And it was also our elder grandson's birthday on the Sunday as we were coming back, so that was lovely. We had kind of the birthday day for him on the Saturday, but that overflowed into the Sunday as we were coming back, and that was lovely. So spending time with them when we don't see them that often is gorgeous, and I really embrace that. And because they live in the countryside, we had some nice walks, even if it was only around their garden or through their little meadow. So that was lovely. And then I also I met up with a friend again in the garden centre, a non-sewing friend, but we have so much in common and never realised it. That's been great. I went to the Sunday Sewing Social at the Northwest Sewing Social that's run by Christine, the Gemini Stitcher, and the lovely Sharon. who runs the venue, the Mill House venue in Clayton-le-Moors. And so I went to that on the Sunday. I did a little bit of going back over the shirred skirt. And other than that, all I did concentrate on was what I'd set myself, which were 2 items before the end of April that I would like to have finished. I finished the bag, but I didn't finish the jacket. But that is still progressing, and it's not kind of left in a corner that I'm not going to touch again. So that was great, and I went to that wonderful sewing, kind of a frock tails event, and it was really beautiful and a lovely experience. And I shared that experience with my sister, and a couple of videos where I've mentioned that, so I don't need to go into that again. It was called The Gathering. So April worked out really just kind of at my own pace, sewing and just enjoying what I was making, learning new things about new things I was making. I was learning doing the jacket, and I felt I came into May with a kind of same attitude. All I wanted to do in May were 2 things. And one is finish my 3rd Pattern Emporium Take the Chance dress that I did cut out the bodice for January-ish, which I had no plans to make it then. I just wanted the bodice done, and that I wanted it for my holidays. And so we're going to have some time away with family again in June, and I wanted to finish it then. So I've also prepared the tiers ready to gather and attach when I go to the May Sewing Social, the Northwest Sewing Social, next Wednesday. So that feels like I don't have to scrabble around going, oh, I don't know what to make, I don't know what to make. I need to take something that I don't need to concentrate too heavily on, because I get distracted. When I'm in my sewing room, I can just stay focused or not. But I just find it's really interesting being at a sewing social, and there's company and there's people are making things and I'm interested. So it's not always, my attention is not always kind of pinpoint focused on what I'm actually trying to achieve. So I've got that sorted, that's ready to take and sort and work with. And then I've got another little venture that I'm doing that is a skirt that I'm making with some of the fabric from the swaps table that is not in a rush, but I'm just taking my time with it. And I've been to Abercan today and we had a lovely run out. As I say, it's a kind of strange kind of summery day and we've had a lovely day out, just the morning going to Abercan, and I just bought some zips. I'm going to have a go with an invisible zip, which I've never done before. I don't have to do that. If I choose not to, when I come to it, I'll just do another zip. I've got the choice of the colours that will go with the skirt that I'm doing. And also I've got to work out about the waistband for another skirt. So I'm just kind of, my 2 things were just to concentrate on finishing the jacket and doing the Take the Chance dress. It doesn't matter if I don't complete it by the end of May, but I will have made a good start on it and I'll know it's achievable to take away with me. So that's where I'm at today, and I don't need to linger any longer with you and keep you anymore. So thank you. And if any of you are also doing the Sew Your Own Style 24, please do let me know. Then I can check out if you are posting anything on Instagram or on YouTube. I would be really pleased to come and have a look at what you're doing. But all I've posted is that I've managed to release myself of 11 skirts. Oh, and the 2 days after that, this is quite moving for me, but I managed to allow myself to get rid of my final 3 pairs of trousers. So I've kept them since 2012, never been worn, because somehow I couldn't let them go. They were part of who I was, and I've now let them go. So that, a pair of wide leg jeans, grey jeans, I loved them, and part of a kind of trouser suit from Next, and I loved the fit of those trousers, and what was the others? Oh yes, some kind of button across. Quite, for me, I really loved them. They had just that bit of style about them. So I've allowed them to go. I don't need them anymore. I'm never going to wear them, and I don't need to be reminded that I'm never going to wear them. So it's kind of been cathartic in just kind of what appear to be small ways, but I'm feeling buoyant and kind of, I don't know, just looking forward again. So I don't know if any of that makes sense, but thank you ever so much for watching. Thank you. If you do want to, if you're happy enough to like and subscribe, that would be awesome. I've got something like 1,125, catching something on there, subscribers. Yes, so I've got 1,125 subscribers. But as I say that, they drop off. Like by the end of the day, there'll be 3 have gone again. Because it just does that. There's a few of us noticing that. So anyway, it really doesn't matter. I'm not here to kind of tick off how many I've got and compete with anyone. I'm just over the moon that some people are watching. So thank you ever so much if that's you. And well, it must be if you're there and you're still watching this for now. So hope to see you again soon. Bye for now. Susan at Seaside Stitches, signing off.